it too loud? It's gonna get louder in a second, I'm sorry. Is anyone here like Game of Thrones? Alright. This is a song about my favorite character from Game of Thrones. Obviously, Theon Greyjoy. No. It might be a little muddy because I can't really EQ it, so we're gonna work with it, right? Check. They call me Kingslayer because I killed the king. Kingslayer because my sword it brings kingdoms to their knees, families to the streets, House of Lannister. And yes, that's me. They call me Kingslayer because I killed the king. Kingslayer because my sword it brings kingdoms to their knees, families to the streets. No man like me, only me. They call him Kingslayer because he killed Aerys Targaryen when Robert Baratheon crashed the gates of Red Keep. He swore by an oath to protect him with his life. Killed him at the foot of the throne that many see. Gold armor hides the scars that took deep inside. Every scar reveals the pain you see in his eyes. Failed son, twisted brother, trained to be a warrior no man could ever ponder. To take the house on, the lions they roar. The lions just take the city back. Not the Tullys or the Starks or the family could ever embark on a war or ever finish the battle. The lions start a smile unequipped, no tremble in his lip, no shaking in his hand. With a sword he comes equipped. The last words the king ever said before Slade was, before the blade took his pain. Kingslayer because I killed the king. Kingslayer because my sword it brings kingdoms to their knees, families to the streets, House of Lannister. And yes, that's me. They call me Kingslayer because I killed the king. Kingslayer because my sword it brings kingdoms to their knees, families to the streets. No men like me, only me. They call me Kingslayer. And now they spit upon my face because the dirt kicks the skin and the gold fades away in a cage. Northern brothers, they howl like wolves, waiting to see the son of Lannister doing the same. The king in the north speaks of honor and faith, just as dumb as his headless father now. And his mother talks of gods, but gods they don't save, killers and sinners. And so already made my choice. No illusions of the man I am, a man who killed his own kin, who slit his throat just to save his own skin. No soul within, who never wanted more than just some time to return back to the arms of his twin. Bound hands pushed and shoved, floating down the path to King's Landing. So I sit biding my time as I wait, but I'm down to find my way out and get my revenge. You didn't think I got this name by some mistake, and that's why they call me Kingslayer because I killed the king. Kingslayer because my sword it brings kingdoms to their knees, families to the streets, House of Lannister. And yes, that's me. They call me Kingslayer because I killed the king. Kingslayer because my sword it brings kingdoms to their knees, families to the streets. No men like me, only me. They call me Kingslayer. Kingslayer. How'd that sound? Sound okay? Alright. You guys, does that sound okay? Alright, okay, good. Now the show can start. I'll tell a story. When I like doing comic book store shows because there's a lot less pressure to like make people constantly do things. And so I can tell stories, which is what I like to do because I could babble at a blank wall all day long. I did a show in Orlando and I did this song and I was like, my favorite house is House Lannister, which it is. And everyone was like, yeah, Lannister, and everyone was like, Starks, and everyone was like yelling out all these houses, and then like one guy in the back goes, House Greyjoy, and everyone was like, boo! There really is no one awesome in House Greyjoy. So that guy was like completely by himself. They do have the coolest like sigil though. Yeah. The Kraken. All right, I'll do a comic book song, and then I'll tell you more stories about comic book stuff. This song is called 616. All right. There's a lot of comic book references in it. I'm still trying to EQ this a little bit. All right. Faster than a bullet, leaping buildings in a single bound. Came from out the streets because that's how we get down. In your town, walk between billionaires and evil scientists. Sorcerers supreme, teenagers are buying this. Gamma radiation, nobody can mess with this. Hold steady, venomous symbiotes in my penmanship. I'm at a WarRock and I'm back on the scene. Wouldn't like me when I'm angry, all I'm seeing is green. Red and blue, I hold the shield for America. Winter soldier out Siberia, rocking any microphone that's near to ya. ya. Clobbering until in a coffin you sit. Agenda for extinction, bring up the horsemen of the apocalypse. Part of an evil brotherhood, acolytes that believe. Cats that make beats and friends that MC. The area code to the planet that we protect. The infinity watch is now back in effect now. Put your hands up like this for all the vigilantes in the streets taking a risk. For all the heroes undercover ducking, pressing the pigs. For all the villains steady scheming on that doomsday tip. That's how we do it. Superpowered MC who can spit. That's how we do it. Superhuman on these tracks that I flip. Yeah, cause you ain't seen it quite like this. That's how we do it in the 6-1. Rock my ruby quartz shades and my colored rings. Laser scope rifles ain't concerned with them other things. Rappers wanna talk about ice chains and fancy cars. I'm trying to build my dang mission in Asgard. From the Hellfire Society, studio is Cerebro. Mind patterns around cause I'll rap about what I feel though. You hear the rhythm and you're hearing this track. Here to take it back to days of future past in my raps. The Stanley of the streets, demand things when I speak. Your attention and respect when I jam these in the beat. My tape deck pops, my mixtape still rock. They're on the streets with sound waves telling me on the block. Ricky Bobby Drake's the only ice that I rock with. And mental telepathy is the only style that I talk with. Close your eyes, you can listen up in your mind during this song, but freestyling there the whole time now. Put your hands up like this for all the vigilantes in the streets taking a risk. For all the heroes undercover ducking, pressing the pigs. For all the villains steady scheming on that doomsday tip. That's how we do it. Superpowered MC who can spit. That's how we do it. Superhuman on these tracks that I flip. Yeah, cause you ain't seen it quite like this. That's how we do it in the 616. Make some noise if you got any reference in that song. It's called Pandering. Fast rap. Spitting a rhythm that nobody's getting. I'm down to the infinite. Watching my wisdom will for these women and children. I'm ripping tracks. Mark 5 with a power pack. Hawkguy. When I'm aiming at stop time. Watch a chain react. Can't lie. I'm a brainiac. Little they know I'm still on the show. I'm filling the streets. Unlimited flow. The second attack got when I'm killing it though. Please, shots in your vest. You're rocking a vest like Cable did. I'm hungry as Wally West to the kitchen table. Shit.
Nobody will sit.
Hang with his son. Eating rappers, man, so thanks for the gum. Starks falling back before all these banks had to run. Lex Luthor when I rap, I'm trying to blank out the sun. All I see is smiling faces and shifty eyes. Keeping these anonymous commenters honest, making them realize they love to hate me on the net when I drop. That's why they get no love when they're up on my block. Now, put your hands up like this for all the vigilantes in the streets taking a risk. For all the heroes undercover ducking, pressing the pigs. For all the villains steady scheming on that doomsday tip. That's how we do it. Superpowered MC who can spit. That's how we do it. Superhuman on these tracks that I flip. Yeah, cause you ain't seen it quite like this. That's how we do it in the 616. That my vocals, thank you by the way. My vocals overloaded the channel. That's what AV Club Chris would tell you. That went over my favorite run of lyrics in that song, which is I'm Frank with a gun, I'm Hank with his son, I'm Blob when I skip lunch eating rappers man, so thanks for the gum. No, see, I should just explain my lyrics and not even rap them because it would probably get more reaction from comic nerds. I'm really excited because lately I think comics are the best that they've been in like a decade, probably. I'm a Marvel reader, so that's what I think. I can't speak for that other company. There's a Batman book that I hear is awesome by Scott Snyder. That's all I really know. That's all I know.
That's all you need to know.
That's what I've been told too. So it's really fun to do stuff about comics and see people get excited about it. And I have a song that's called The Ultimate Nullifier, right? And I always tell the story because me and one of my best friends, who is also a comic nerd, imagine that, one of my best friends is also a comic nerd. And we're talking about like how stupid the Ultimate Nullifier is. Because it's stupid, right? Like, Galactus is coming to Earth, I guess, and the Fantastic Four are like, what do we do? And then Uatu pops up and he's like, take this! And then he's like, and he disappears, and there's this like little dentist water like spray gun left behind, right? And then it's like as soon as Galactus comes, Reed Richards is like, ha! And he's like, whoa! He's like, all right, you know, I'm sorry, I'll leave. And it's like the lamest story for what is supposed to be like the most destructive weapon in the history of the universe. And we always like, we want to imagine that it was back when Stan Lee and Jack Kirby were like writing and drawing the comics. And it was like Stan Lee just runs in and he's just like, I got it, Ultimate Nullifier. I'm gonna leave now. And he just like walks out. And then Jack Kirby is just at his desk and he just kind of like, he just sighs and and then like, he's so frustrated that he's just like, I'm not gonna try on this one. And he just drew this little like thing. And that's what we want to imagine that the Ultimate Nullifier came from. We actually can take that framework of that joke and put it to every single Jack Kirby Stan Lee thing. Like, we actually have this whole run where we imagine that Stan Lee comes in and he keeps saying these terrible names and Jack Kirby changes them. He's like, I got it. He's a human being and he flames on like a torch. We'll call him Fire Guy. And he just like leaves and then Jack Kirby's like, Human Torch. Take that, Stan Lee, wherever you're at. So this is called Ultimate Nullifier, right? It's also basically about Reed Richards and how much he's awesome. Good? I can hear it. What I hold in my hand's not a mic. It's the ultimate nullifier. What I hold in my hand's not a mic. It's the ultimate nullifier. What I hold in my hand's not a mic. It's the ultimate nullifier. What I hold in my hand's not a mic. It's the ultimate nullifier. Hey, yo, Johnny Storm traveled the universe so he can bring it back home. Now I hold it in my hand, so you better stay calm. Back the hell up, cause I'm turning it on. So you know that I got to, thanks to ooh-ah-too. Putting that thing in your forehead, son, and I said it to wavy on sun, so you know I gotta stop you. Oh, you're Galactus. So you eat worlds while I eat mics, and I chew words and I spit them out in a way that you've never really heard. Back to this thing in my hand, it's the most powerful thing in the whole damn land, and I'm willing to go down in the place where I stand if it takes me out, so you better change plans. Not only powerful, I got a brain that most can't comprehend. Did it in the negative zone and then I came back home, but you know that I'll do it again. My best friends on clobbering time, but me, I got the infinity gem on my mind. Now behold the ultimate nullifier, tell me why you think that you could contend. So many Reed Richards up in the makeup. First they try to say my raps, but don't you know they say it worse? I said it first, I'll be the last one. And this thing, it ain't no cap gun. Don't try to pull a fast one. Big ups to my son, Franklin. What I hold in my hand's not a mic. It's the ultimate nullifier. What I hold in my hand's not a mic. It's the ultimate nullifier. What I hold in my hand's not a mic. It's the ultimate nullifier. What I hold in my hand's not a mic. It's the ultimate nullifier. So devastating, you know what I'm saying. I focus so there ain't no delaying. And you know I ain't playing. Got a family at home and it's land and I'm saving. Come on, let me borrow that. Man, y'all ain't hard as that, because I gotta write a rap when I hold it in my hands and I save the galaxy. I'll give it right back. All this alien technology, man, I'm so aware. And this stress has got me having silver streaks in my hair. But my wife, she loves that, and my kids, they bug dad. They're like, can we ever go with the thing in your hand? No way, little kid's too dangerous, man. Dopest weapon in the whole wide world, in the whole damn universe. Whole universe from the end zone 2616 Earth. Yes, you know that's my place of birth. Didn't know it at first, so I'm holding it last. And most they just can't handle the blast. Thank God that my team is watching my back. Focus on my mind and I do it all the time. It's like so many things for me to think about. Man, I gotta clear my head. So many things to sing about. So many people that I'm fighting for that I can't do without. Here it goes with this weapon that I hold in my hands. If you didn't know it then, you're about to find out. What I hold in my hands not a mic. It's the ultimate nullifier. What I hold in my hands not a mic. It's the ultimate nullifier. What I hold in my hands not a mic. It's the ultimate nullifier. What I hold in my hands not a mic. It's the ultimate nullifier. Thank you. I did that song at a show, I think it was, I did that song at South by Southwest, right? And there's a part where like, at the end of the chorus it goes, and I usually like, hold like a gun, like the ultimate nullifier, right? And one of my friends was there, and he was like in the front row, and he was like going crazy. And I actually put like my finger on his forehead and went like that, and then the whole show went on. Later he came up to me and he's like, look, and I had sliced him open with my fingernail. And he's like, no, it's awesome, this is so cool. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Let me get you a Band-Aid. But that kind of went in line. So when I was at South by this year, I saw a guy that had been stabbed, and I saw a dude get hit by a bus. Like, he lived, but not surprisingly, he was trying to run around a bus. Not a good idea, guys. And the bus was trying to come to a stop at a bus stop, and he was like trying to like cut the bus off, and it didn't work, and the bus hit him. He goes flying, his shoe falls off, and he poops his pants. And I'm gonna say, it's fine. Like, if there's any time in your life you're allowed to do that, when the bus hits you is when you're allowed to poop your pants. And that was my South by Southwest experience. I drew blood from one of my closest friends, I saw a guy get stabbed, and I saw a guy get hit by a bus. So guys, get your wristbands now for 2014. Oh man. I'm not lying about any of that, by the way. Really did see a guy who really did poop his pants. And again, no judgment. If you don't poop your pants when a bus hits you, I think there's something wrong with you. You're some kind of sociopath. So like, you're like, oh man, I hope I poop my pants. Does anyone here like Hawkguy? I wrote a song about the new Hawkguy book that Matt Fraction writes, which I think is an incredible, incredible song, right? It's called Hawkguy. It's called Hawkguy. Hawkguy. Bro, it's called Hawkguy. This is actually the first time I've ever performed this, so you guys get to see it live and in the wild, in its natural habitat, with these things. Oh, cool. I really like that Ryan Otley, man. That thing is amazing. The Invincible Dead. All right, we'll do this Hawkguy song now. Let's see if I can get this down. Oh. I know how to fix this. Turn it down. Try it again. All right. I'll turn my voice down too. Okay, here we go. After the Avengers are done assembling, after all the dust has settled in, my head will spin. I walk home with a six-pack of Heineken, back to bedside, my keys will let me in. A regular guy with a dog that loves pizza, a couple of black eyes, some sore feet from all the things I gotta do when I'm on the clock. Gotta practice with the bow and arrow. It's non-stop. Neighbors bother me with the things they can't deal with. Ladies say they love me and no, I can't feel it. Maybe put it in a letter like my man Grill say. Tell them that the people that a man's feeding. Every superhero's kinda sick of the stage job, but others never hit the mark, they're way off except Bullseye. Matt Murdock's on the job, Clint Barton's gotta have a day off. What? Hey, what's up, Hawkguy? No, it's Hawkeye. Yeah, Hawkguy. Just a regular guy in a not so regular world. What's a man to do when I know I'm just a regular guy in a not so regular world? Tell me what you do, man. I bet you try to find some time to be by yourself. You try to have a quiet night, just keep to yourself. But they're like, yo, ain't you that Hawkguy dude? And I'm like, nah, you got me confused. Bro, I can make you rich. We could use that bow and arrow, cause our gang comes equipped. Well, I think not. I'd rather just fly solo and heal my wounds. Hawkguy down for Dolo. Wise Kate always blowing me up. Man, I'm trying to take a nap, cause last week, in fact, I had to battle a Celestial, take on Victor Vaughn. Man's got a suit, and the Hulk's pretty strong. Thor is like a god, and me, I'm just a guy. So I stay up high and keep an eye on the prize. Last time Manhattan got attacked, they were like, yo, Hawkguy, think you wanna stay in the back? And I was like, yo, that's fine with me, but no matter the distance, it's all bullseyes to me. Maybe I can take a vacation if I wanted to. Nah, I'd rather stay home and watch some cartoons. Avengers Assemble! No cartoons for Clint Barton. Monkey Detective. Just a regular guy in a not so regular world. What's a man to do when I know I'm just a regular guy in a not so regular world? Tell me what you do, man. I bet you try to find some time to be by yourself. You try to have a quiet night, just keep to yourself. But they're like, yo, ain't you that Hawkguy dude? And I'm like, nah, you got me confused. Thank you. could do with one speaker because I'm supposed to talk to myself. And I was like, can I hear it? Can I hear it? I'm gonna work on that bro voice too. It could have been better. It's like a B-, guys. It's okay.
Sorry.
We're working on it.
First time, you know.
It was my first time. I do love that book. It's amazing. I think that Pizza Dog book is, of course, gonna win every Eisner in the world next year. It's like they've already like inscribed plaques for it. So like, okay, I rap a lot about comic books, or I rap a lot about TV or whatever, but a lot of what I do is about being a nerd, being a geek, and like talking about that. I've done a lot of stuff with universities. I've done a lot of stuff with seeing younger people, and it's a really cool time because there's a lot of places from kids to adults that are using geek and nerd stuff to kind of help people feel more comfortable, help people come out of their shell, help people feel like they're part of a community, whereas before, it kind of used to be a way that they ostracize people from a community, right? And it's awesome. Like, there's some really amazing stuff that's going on right now in universities that is like, instead of just being like, pizza party, it's like, come watch a Doctor Who marathon and let's talk about, or like, let's play Settlers of Catan. And so like, all these kids who are like paralyzed with fear in college because they are very socially awkward and scared are like, I'm obsessed with Doctor Who, so I have to go to this, even if it's terrifying to me. And they've like started to kind of come out of the woodwork and kind of be more positive and kind of be more social, and it's been like really awesome to see it happen. So the reason I'm telling you that is because it's weird watching this as somebody who's a little bit older and remembers that back when I was younger, you were not allowed to be a nerd or a geek at all, right? I actually had a friend who, he told me a story about how every single day he in his locker, he had pictures of Green Lantern and the Flash, right? And every single day, one of the jocks in his school would rip it down and shove it into the locker. Like every day. And I was like, why did you keep putting it up? Why don't you just like hide it? And he was just kind of like, because I like Green Lantern and Flash. And it's like this weird, like it sounds like a joke, but it's also like, oh yeah, like why should you have to put it up? Because that totally sucks, right? And so I do try to do a lot of songs where I talk about what it means to be a geek, what it means to be a nerd, stuff like that. This is one of those songs, and it's called Tell Me. And I hope you guys like it. It's about that kind of stuff. It sounds like the beginning of Bye Bye Bye. But it's not, I promise. This is how it's been since a little kid. Bullied for loving the things that I loved and things that I did. Made fun of me because I had enthusiasm for the silly things in life. Maybe I'll live the life that I live. Comics every Wednesday with dollars in my hands. New games every birthday, Christmas I demand. The day I got my Super Nintendo still stands as one of the greatest days I can remember. Older age, still love those things that made me. And I stayed in my shell till one day I breathed. I exhaled, they heard that Sean Cassidy scream. Here's the staying quiet, so I gotta release steam. Half-life on my computer screen, all Mac, everything. My team fortress, me and my friends closest. Kept to ourselves till the world opened up and we found out that maybe we weren't all so hopeless. What? That's auto-tune, alright, so. Maybe it isn't so bad, so help me see through what they're trying to tell me. I build on this chorus in the second chorus, so it'll make sense. But it's awkward, so I don't know how to do it. Maybe it isn't so bad, so help me see what they're trying to tell me. Nerd or geek, just a bunch of kids making some free music to get us through the end of the week. So now it's cool to wear a t-shirt at Comic-Con, and it's cool to make fun of kids so different from me. This music connects the same way that those things did. Kids that don't get the cultural trickle-down benefit still hear the stories of the ones that don't get it. Kids that still bully and kids still tormented. I don't watch Big Bang Theory or comic book men, but I still read the trolls on every internet trend. Still go on 4chan every now and again. Still connect the way I did way back when. They say geek's the new cool. Been saying that for years. Been saying that since before my high school years. Yo, they think my shtick is just an attempt to cash in. Like I don't really live my life the way that I'm rapping. Hey yo, like every week, see, even at 33. This one goes out to my friends who still game hard and buy those video games never at GameStop. This one goes out to my friends who still bag and board and keep their lockboxes alphabetized on the floor. This one goes out to my friends who still draw and sketch, who get the time to make, who still do their best. This one goes out to everyone who doesn't care if the thing they love is cool in the public eye. Beware, corporations try to sell you bullshit when they try to tell you something is nerdy. I remember when they used to say nerd like it's a bad thing. Now they call me nerdcore, dang, don't know what's happening. I just make music about the things that I love and release it for fun, and that's the reason that I'm rapping. Hey yo, haven't you heard? Now it's cool to be a geek or a nerd. Don't believe me, check the TV. Man, they're just like you and me, nah. Hey yo, haven't you heard? Now it's cool to be a geek or a nerd. Don't believe me, check the TV. Man, they're nothing like you and me. Yeah. Thank you. So, to this day I've never played D&D. And when I came, I moved back to Memphis, where I'm from, and I have all these friends there that I've known for a really long time. And they play D&D, and they are 30, they're like, some of them are 33, that's where that line comes from. But like, I came back and I was like, oh man, I've never played D&D, can I play with you guys? And they were like, we have this campaign that we've kind of been doing for a while, and it'd be really hard to add a new person, and so no. And so I was like, fine. I'm never going to play D&D with you guys ever again. And I still haven't, just to spite them. And that line in there is kind of like a subliminal dig at them, too. I don't even know how it works, but I was like, that surely isn't how it works. You surely could, I could be like, I don't know, somebody carrying bags or something. Like once in a while, you let me roll a dice. He dropped a bag. Oh, you rolled a 4, you dropped a bag. You're going to have to roll at least a 12 to pick the bag up. Or else something about the bag happens. It's so annoying, man. It's like, come on, man. But I like to do this, and if there are younger people in here, we're all younger people. Everybody's a younger person, right? Like me, too. Sure. But like, I really did not talk or come out of my shell until I was at least like something like 16. I don't think anyone knew that I could speak when I was in middle school. I was just like this quiet Asian kid who carried a Game Boy around. And so I like to tell younger people that like, now I can't shut up. And like, now I used to have terrible stage fright, like my knees would buckle when I had to give book reports. And now I go on stage and I'm like, what's up, San Francisco? Who's ready to do the hands in the air? Like that. And then they were like, yeah. And I'm like, wow, that was a terrible thing that I just said. And I can't believe you're responding to it. It's just like, I don't know what's happening. I have so much 5-hour energy in me. Does Delaware have like a rivalry with any other state? Are you guys like, take that, Rhode Island? We're landlocked, yo. No? Okay.
No, not really. No.
No, we're just like Pennsylvania's like little stepbrother. We're just,
Are you?
like,
Wait, you're not the nutmeg state, are you?
Not that I'm aware of. We're the Diamond
Wow.
State?
Diamond State?
Yeah, because we're small and precious. That's what Jefferson said.
Really? Did he really? This is Thomas Jefferson, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe it was the Jeffersons or another Jefferson.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure. Okay. Look. Does anyone in here watch Battlestar Galactica?
Yes.
Okay, so I watched Battlestar Galactica for the first time in a binge watch.
We all did.
Like
We just plowed right through it.
yeah, like about
Couldn't stop.
like half a year ago, right? And it was a weird experience. I used the watch guide actually. Also, somebody like posted on the All. It was like, "Don't watch this episode. It's stupid." But like, so I did this like EP about Battlestar Galactica. There's all this serious stuff. I actually got called a racist against Cylons in the comments, which is hilarious because A, I was rapping from the point of view of the humans in the beginning of the EP, right? And then it comes more understanding. And B, they're not real, right? They're robots and they're not real. And I'm not advocating racism towards Cylons. My friend was like laughing because he's like, dude,
these people mean it. Like, they mean it with all their heart that you are a racist against Cylons. And I was just like, and so I was like tweeting, I was like, Cylons drive a car like this. Humans drive a car like this. Just like trolling back at them. But the best part of Battlestar Galactica that like blew my mind and has lasted with me since then is how fat the Adama got at the beginning of season 3. I was like, this is the dumbest thing ever. It was so dumb that there was a scene where he had just gotten chewed out by his dad, and he came back to talk. Look, if you don't watch Battlestar Galactica, I'm sorry, but I'm just going to keep talking. He comes back to talk to Duala, right? And he's like, my dad said that I got soft and out of shape. Can you believe that? And as he says it, he's eating potato chips, and it's like, hey, writer's room, we get that he's let himself go from the exaggerated fat suit you have him wearing, right? You don't have to make him like have Cheeto powder all over his uniform. It's just like, and then like he's like eating potato chips, and my friend was like joking. Then he like reaches down and picks up a birthday cake, and starts eating the birthday cake, and it's like, we get it, he's fat. So I wrote a song called "Big Adama," and it's this weird song because I actually felt bad for him, right? Like, I wanted to, like, so badly make fun of him and just be like, what a ridiculous thing this is. But then it's like, everybody, like, his dad is just like, he's like, I got jump rope, and his dad's like, keep jumping, or whatever. And everybody's just, like, looking at him, and just like, man, he just put on some pounds, dude. He's still, like, one of the awesomest Viper fighters. I'm gauging that I'm losing some people here who have not seen PSG. So this is not only a song about fat Lee Adama. Think of this as a song about empowering yourself to be happy with your body, however it is, right? And this goes for really skinny people too, because it's like, you know, sometimes when you're too skinny and people are all like, look at this stick dude, or like, you know, like breaking with a stick, and it's like, just be happy with your body. This is a song about Lee Adama, and I've never performed this live either. So, this is the dumbest song I've ever written. I don't even know if I remember all the words, but it doesn't matter. Only the hook matters in rap songs, guys. And it goes like this. Oh wait, no, not yet. Don't know this song that well. I just wanted to talk about Fat Lee Adama, right? Because he's my favorite. I love it when you call me Big Adama. Going out to the haters and the Cylon Raiders. I love it when you call me Big Adama. Keep stacking and you don't stop. Yo, when he sits around the Battlestar, he really sits around the Battlestar. Literally, man, his uniform ain't Little League. Months since the Cylons took over New Capricorn, he's snacking bruh like it's going out of style. You didn't know it, Pegasus got the dopest vending machines. That's where Lee Adama got them cupcakes from Hostess. Yeah, Duala, would you like your boy to go big? Bet you didn't think you'd get that way by eating eggs Benedict. President Rossman's kinda disgusted. He a little boomer, can they be trusted? Man, who cares? Give me them donuts filled with custard, can't get enough of it. The Cylons probably kill me anyway. I'ma make it hard for them to take my body away. Used to have the washboard stomach, ladies love the gag. Now I gotta put new notches in this belt I have. Call me Leo or go Apollo, I'm okay with it. But I'm proud of my body, so now I wanna say I love it when you call me Big Adama. Going out to the haters and the Cylon Raiders. I love it when you call me Big Adama. Keep stacking and you don't stop. I said that in the future they still have Hostess cupcakes, which is like anachronistic because they're gone now. So sorry. My pops was saying how I got soft. I got a jump rope, he was like, keep jumping. Just as long that I can still fit into that Viper seat. I'm leaving base stars crumbling behind me, see. Yes, indeed. Hungry when I'm flying, hungry when I'm not. Hungry when I'm in meetings and I'm hungry when the clock. Man, I'm so hungry, don't you know that we've been out here for forever? Those Cylons can't be trusted, but in any kind of weather. This birthday cake would never say it ain't my friend. And this burger, it will never let me down again. And I don't care what people say, cause I'm so happy as I am. Yes, my name is Lee Adama, and it's nice to meet you, man. Don't care what people laughing and they're pointing cause they're hating. I fly circles around them any day. When to all the sends the call to all the pilots. Don't you know that Apollo's better than most these nuggets on the... I love it when you call me Big Adama. Going out to the haters and the Cylon Raiders. I love it when you call me Big Adama. Keep stacking and you don't stop. I love it when you call me Big Adama. Going out to the haters and the Cylon Raiders. I love it when you call me Big Adama. Keep stacking and you don't stop.
right there. That's the greatest lyric ever written, is that this birthday cake will never say it's not my friend. This burger, it will never let me down again. I'm gonna get better at that, and then it's gonna be like this be proud of yourself anthem. For now, it's more about how ridiculous that fat suit was. Guys, at most rap shows they ask you, hands up, blah, 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 like that. In 616, the chorus is literally, put your hands up like this. And like, I didn't want it to make you do that. Because you don't have to, right? But I'm gonna ask you now to help me along with the chorus. It's a song, it's called Magneto Was Right.
Woo!
Right?
Yes.
And when I say, in the chorus, you're gonna say it a lot and you're gonna figure out easily where to say it. But you just have to say Magneto was right. Because he was. Maybe? I don't know. I've been accused of being racist against humans in my pro-mutant raps. Racist against Cylons. This guy hates Cylons. They're the bad guy in the show for like most of the series. They murder people.
They're robots.
And they're robots, that's true. They're the robot race. So racism. Guys, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Stupid.
There's some good Cylons. I know like 2 good Cylons.
Some of my best friends are silent.
Some of my best friends are Cylons, man. Yo.
You're a Cylon.
I am a Cylon. But I'm so far away from the resurrection chip that if you kill me, I won't come back to life. I hate myself right now. I want to talk more about BFG in a second. They say God loves, man kills, but they don't know all the blood that's spilled. A family wiped out in Germany. Master of magnetism twisted the gates of Auschwitz. Escaped with some battle scars, certainly. He looked upon a world where common man would turn on his fellow man. So he stuck with his brethren, sat on an asteroid, acolytes bowed to him, because they knew that Magnus had a better master plan. I'm all for peace, love, and understanding. Maybe if we didn't live on this hateful planet, maybe I'd try to work with the other side, and I'll take it to the streets of mankind. Didn't demand it for every sentinel, every magistrate, every legislative agenda passed in every state. They're coming for us, so we strike first and strike hard. I'd rather die as I am than be a fraud. Alright, we're gonna say it in a second, right? If you're a mutant and you're proud, Magneto was right. If you're a mutant, say it loud. Magneto was right. For all the scared little kids, Magneto was right. To let them treat you like this, Magneto was right. Go ahead and let your power shine. Magneto was right. Leave Homo sapiens behind. Magneto was right. Yo, Homo superior stands above man. See the blood on my hands and say, hey yo, you don't know the pain until you realize that the love of your life just can't accept you for your gene frame. Don't try to abide with the narrow minds. Mutant kind got a new agenda that doesn't include the human race. I've seen their demons, never heard their better angels. Every word that enemies say to you, absurd, and everyone will blame me too. Fool me once, fool me twice. That's my burden. That's why I'm twisting every steel girder. You call it murder, I call this retribution for the sins of every mutant herded into Neverland. You don't remember, man? So don't talk to me about better men. We're not men, we stand above mankind. Better remember then. No steel cage could hold me, homie. No bullet or gun or homing missile could even approach me. But the most powerful weapon is the mind that believes. And so I'm starting with the mutant youth. Take it to the streets. You ready to say it again? If you're a mutant and you're proud, Magneto was right. If you're a mutant, say it loud. Magneto was right. To all the scared little kids, Magneto was right. Don't let them treat you like this, Magneto was right. Go ahead and let your power shine. Magneto was right. Leave Homo sapiens behind. Magneto was right. Yo, Homo superior stands above man. See the blood on their hands and say never again. What? See, that's the difference between a song that I know how to do and one that I've never done live. I was actually talking to him, Dr. Andy, before, and he was asking me about that song. And the funny thing is that like, after the second verse, right, the last line is, sign Quentin Quire, take that, teach. And so like the whole point of that song is that it's supposed to be Quentin Quire goes to detention. And they're like, write an essay about what it means to be a mutant, and he writes this essay about how Magneto was right? And it's basically Quentin Quire like giving the middle finger to the Jean Grey school. But like everybody got so excited about that song and being like, yeah, Magneto was right, that I just like take it out of the live show now and let it have a completely opposite meaning of what I intended it to be. Because the customer is always right. I actually wrote a song when Brian Wood's X-Men book came out, the Lady X-Men book, right? It's called X-Women, and basically it name drops every possible female mutant I could possibly fit in there, even ones that I did not intend there to be in there. I wrote Bling in a lyric, and I didn't even realize that Bling is a female X-Man, and I was like, oh, and everyone was like, man, you even said Bling in a comment. I was like, yes, I did. Yes, I did. That's how good I am. It's subconscious sometimes. But this goes out to Mark Miller, whatever den of sin and inequity he's living in right now. I hate him so much.
Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? With that X on your chest, come and save me fast. Yo, I'm just a mutant trying to find my way home. Ain't a man in utopia, do it alone. Then I got hope for the future in the middle of the storm. Let the sirens ring, because it's time to get it on. Yo, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, like a cat in the shadows, cause I'm steady on the cusp. I don't have to dazzle her with my Emma Frost bling. No manic pixie dream girl and viewer I bring. These are superheroes, no girl would be a wallflower. When the brotherhood's trying to take your mind power, side locked on that, boom boom on the track. With the mind, I'm seeing you, ain't no turning back. Ask me how I know her so well, I play for Rilla. I tell her that I just know stuff, Layla Miller. I see past the past the ponies, even if it's between Celeste, Esme, Irma, and Sophie. Phoebe too, no we don't forget you, that's the magic of the better half. This one's for you. Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? With the X on your chest, come and save me fast. Yo, I'm just a mutant trying to find my way home. Ain't a man in utopia, who do it alone. You say karma's a bitch, well I say it's my homegirl. Unequal in the destiny beyond what we know though. Malice in your heart cause the fanboys hate. Heating up like magma, you think you can't relate. I feel that push, pull, push like Polaris when I'm near the SEN. Every character, Ariel to Valeria. Silver Fox in my old age, and I think I'm in a trance the older I get. These days, the mercury's rising when I'm all Ruby Summers through the marrow, pierce my aura. I'm a real for all your loving, yo. And you say you got the time for that. Princess is too powerful, she got a job that keeps her occupied late in the night. My lovely dragoness, with that X that you bless, yo. And I don't mind that I'm a fool, so let's see that my favorite X-Man growing up was Jubilee. Yo, where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? With that X on your chest, come and save me fast. Yo, I'm just a mutant trying to find my way home. Ain't a man in utopia could do it alone. Yo, where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? With that X on your chest, come and save me fast. Yo, I'm just a mutant trying to find my way home. Ain't a man in utopia could do it alone. Checking my kitty bride like a phoenix, I'm trying to rise above all the comments in the negative zone. Go ask my mother if you want a real life example of a hero who raised me. Taught me that back home we treat people as equals. Judge them by their character, judge them by their actions. Boy, and though this world isn't fair, try our best to make a difference to those Jean Greys living in a Scott Summers world. Go ahead and give me that team, Wakanda Queen, Betsy Braddock, Rogue, Rachel, Psylocke, and Jubilee. Yo, in the garage, know it's waiting for me. Kitty Pride on a poster where I used to just dream. This one's for all the X-Women forgotten through the archives of time. No one ever stopped wishing for that new team edition, and you don't stop. From the home of the Morlock, the top of Storm's Mohawk.
Thank you. My favorite X-Man growing up was Jubilee. And I was always embarrassed to say that because I was a stupid little boy. I was like, no man, it's Wolverine, guys, totally. And I was like, oh, Jubilee's blowing a bubblegum bubble in this panel, it's awesome. But it's directly relatable to what I was just talking about. Because like, as a, guys, I don't want to alarm you, I'm Asian, right? I just found out recently too. So, there weren't like a lot of Asian characters in Marvel other than like the Mandarin or something. I was like, or the Hand. They're all ninjas. And I mean, like, the Hand was cool, don't get me wrong, but I was like, they could use a cooler costume to get me into this. So seeing, like, Julie, like, going around with Wolverine and doing all this stuff, or being in the X-Men was, like, a huge deal to me. And so, like, even as a guy, a boy, who some creators think are the only fans that should be in comics, seeing diversity in comics actually made a huge difference in my life. And that's why, always for the rest of time, Jubilee will be my #1 X-Man, even though
she's never really done anything that awesome. I heard she became a vampire recently.
Yeah.
Was that cool?
No.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
She's a teen mom now. So that's
She is a teen mom.
Yeah.
Man, and dude,
Vampire teen mom.
Yes.
vampire teen mom. Oh man, if movies have taught us anything, that ish is about to get crazy, y'all. Playing baseball. Vampires play baseball. Mutants play basketball. Was it you that asked me to do that song about the? Okay,
About
that.
that
Mind
guy?
meld right now.
with the
Furry creature?
Yeah, is that you?
Yes.
Okay. So Sarah asked me, she's like, "Can you do the song about that you have about Rocket Raccoon?" And I was like, "Okay," because like I actually did not even make the instrumental for that because I never thought in my life I would ever perform it, right? This is another one of those Adam WarRock performances something for the first time ever songs. So I had a song, it's called Murder You, and it's about Rocket Raccoon from the Guardians of the Galaxy. And this is why being a Marvel fan is so awesome right now, right? Because like in the movies, all the stuff that's about to happen, I'm like sitting here going, like when the Age of Ultron thing was announced, I was like, I have no idea what's happening. And that's like totally exciting as like a rational, smarter adult than a kid. Because back when I was a kid, I was like, what? Jean Grey's back? It's her clone? This is so awesome! But now as an adult, I'm just like, I was like, I don't know what's happening. Like, I have no idea what to expect. Because it's like, what about Thanos and all this stuff? And that's why it's so disappointing when the Versus thing was announced. Because it's just like, I'm excited for it too. I really like Man of Steel. I'm sorry if that makes you lose respect for me. I really, really liked it. I also am not a DC fan at all, so like I was just like, oh, this is an awesome movie about a strong dude. Kill them all, dude. But I was just like, if you had handed me a piece of paper and were like, name 5 things that you think the next Superman sequel could be about, one of those things probably would have been, well, Batman. And then like, what happened was, it's Superman, Batman. I was like, okay, I mean that's whatever. But like Marvel's like, now it's gonna be Ultron, and here's a Rocket Raccoon, and you're just like, what? Oh, by the way, I have breaking news. I don't know if this is confirmed or whatever, but Vin Diesel, I saw this on Twitter, like literally 20 minutes ago. Vin Diesel changed his cover photo on Facebook to a picture of Groot.
What?
I'm not joking. So like, I don't know if all this stuff has happened on the Twitters since I started this. So maybe Vin Diesel was the voice of Groot? I mean, hey, because there was pictures of him going to the Marvel offices and walking out with a bunch of books, right? So maybe he's Groot.
That'd be awesome.
I mean, whatever, that's fine.
One line to say.
Yeah, he says Groot. What if it's Vin Diesel, like it's not digital, it's Vin Diesel as Groot, right?
Just take some pictures.
That'd be so awesome, man. And he drives in a car that's like a tree. By the way, and if my friend Chris Haley ever sees this, he'll know I'm giving him full credit. When we saw Furious 6, we walked out of there and my friend Chris was just like, he's like, you know where this movie should be by like Fast and Furious 12? They should cross over with the Transformers universe.
Yes.
And just be like, we need to fight these Decepticons, and we only have car Transformers, and like we need the greatest drivers in the world. And then The Rock just like steps out, he's like, I got your team. And then like he said that, and we were joking about it, I was laughing about it, but then I was like, I really want this to happen now. Like, why wouldn't this happen?
I would watch that.
I would watch that. So I don't even care if Michael Bay directed it. I would be like, we're going to this at midnight, and we're gonna stay there for 24 hours, and watch this on a loop, just constantly. Oh, man. So yeah, Vin Diesel might be Groot. I saw that literally before I came in here and started rapping, or before AV Club Chris helped me with the thing. So I'm gonna try to do this Rocket Raccoon song. And let me tell you like what the song's sort of about. I was obsessed with the Guardians of the Galaxy series in the 90s, right? The one with like Charlie 27 and Starhawk and Firelord and Vance Astro, because I was obsessed with the New Warriors. I feel like I'm losing some people now. And in the New Warriors, there was like Vance Astro, Vic, and then you're like, wait, but that's him in the future? You're like, oh my god. And there's like this great moment where, because like he has Captain America's shield in the future, right? I love doing shows like this also because then like people who like my music come to me, they go, "Wow, you really do read comics?" And I'm like, "Yeah, this is kind of what I do." He has like Captain America's shield, and like this alien like fights the whole Guardians of the Galaxy just to get Captain America's shield because he thinks it's like the most powerful weapon in the universe. And he like finally defeats them, and he like holds it up, and he's just like, and it's like, why isn't it working? And then like Vance Astra has this long speech about how like it's not about the shield, it's about the and it was like I was like, yeah, just like cheering and just I was obsessed with it, which is why I've never really gotten into the modern Guardians of the Galaxy. Because I'm just like, where's all these crazy people like Alita Ogord and Martin X and Charlie 27? Whatever, that's not important. None of it's important. Here's a song about a raccoon that murders people with guns. That's important. This is for Sarah, and I'm going to try my best to not embarrass myself because I don't know if I know all the words. I know the important words.
Keystone Quadrant, fellow guardian, save Star-Lord in the Negus. Known I'm hardly ever noticed, but a master with the guns and the strategy. Backing me up is the baddest team in the galaxy group. Well, he's a tree, but he's my best friend. And living in all the land and Drax, well, his name says it all. Destroy shit. Once worked at Time League, go and employ this Raccoon. But now that I saved the earth, people doubt me in for everything in its worth. Back my Stark Industries, but the bigger is coming, and so we're armed with every gun on the market. Just a little bit obsessive and compulsive when I'm cruising through space and using my jet propulsion. A gun in your face, no, you think it's absurd. I'm a freaking raccoon with the last words you heard. Murdered you, better tell your people that a raccoon is hurting you. Murdered you, tell them it's Rocket Raccoon. Murdered you, better tell your people a raccoon is hurting you. Murdered you, tell them it's Rocket Raccoon. Yo, Vance Astro, he used to hold the shield, scoring major victories for Earth out there in the field. Dog and Star Hawk used to fight alongside, it just don't stop. Fire Lord had a fire staff sword through the air, and Alita Ogord, all the fellas would stare. Charlie 27 was a brute in the bench. Martin X was a genetically modified scientist. The modern team that exists, we protect Earth the best. Keep a steady watch and know we never rest. Will lost his mother, but we all lost loved ones. That's why we fight so it never happens again. If you need a guardian, put your faith in some aliens from outer space. Don't delay, and just remember that when that gun's in your face of the Rocket Raccoon, well then you might hear me say, blam, murdered you, blam, murdered you. Better tell your people that a raccoon is hurting you. Murdered you, tell them it's Rocket Raccoon. Blam, murdered you, better tell your people a raccoon is hurting you. Murdered you, tell them it's Rocket Raccoon.
That was just for Sarah. And I was like, maybe after the movie comes out and it breaks all box office records, I could do that song live. People will be like, yeah, Raccoon. But now it's just like, they're like, what? You don't read comics? Even if you do read comics, you're just kind of like, what? Look, I understand a tree. I saw Lord of the Rings. They were called Ents. How much more do you want me to go on?
How much more do you want to do?
Let's talk about Battlestar Galactica. So guys, Cylons, right? I don't know if I loved Battlestar Galactica with the end of it, so.
It was good till the end.
Yeah, that's what everyone told me.
The end was not.
I was prepared for the end. Guys, I'm gonna do a song really quickly about, okay, so, like I said, I was at a Firefly-themed burlesque show yesterday, and there was a whole dance routine where the guy who dressed as Captain Mal Reynolds did a striptease while a picture of the Serenity was on screen, and they played Let's Get It On as if he loves the ship that much. This is the kind of stuff that this show is all about, guys, and I say it jokingly, but it was hilarious and awesome all at the same time. And then they kept flashing pictures on screen of all these all the people that Mal had hooked up with in the show, and then they started flashing Han Solo and Princess Leia and all these couples from famous sci-fi things while he's awkwardly stripping because he's so in Mal Reynolds' character that he's not very good at it. is amazing, right? Like, if you ever have a chance to go see the Serenity Spectacular, there it is. You will see Hands of Blue and River. And there's a metal grinder and Kaylee, and it's crazy, and sparks fly. And,
Are there reavers?
no.
Good.
I don't think so.
That would not be fun.
That would be really disturbing. that would be strange. I'm gonna do a song about Captain Mal Reynolds. I did a thing called the Browncoats mixtape a couple years ago. What it was thank you. What it was the producer that worked with me, Michael Kill. He sampled all of the score from Firefly, and then we wrote songs about Firefly. Then Nathan Fillion tweeted about it and shut my site down for a day because it got overloaded and I couldn't save it. So it's kind of become this. It was one of the things that kind of started me straight to the top, kid. The song's called Mal. I hope you like it. Just imagine Mal Reynolds stripping during this song, which sort of also happened at the beginning of the show when I opened it with this song. You've seen it. I saw it. I can't unsee it.
M to the A to the L, that's our captain in this journey on this vessel that we dwell. The brown coats are here just to let a rebel yell, and in this fight, independence will prevail. M to the A to the L, that's our captain in this journey on this vessel that we dwell. The brown coats are here just to let a rebel yell, and in this fight, independence will prevail. All we need is a job just to keep the tank full, and the skies are the place where we make our own rules. Since Unification Day produced the alliance, we've been making our own way. On each other we're relying, and our coats are brown just to show our independence, cause government's in the business of keeping us in our limits. We long to see the days when the skies are so free, like we long to see our names lighting up the marquee. Don't do it for the fame, we're doing it to survive, and we're laying down with snakes, but we're waking up fine, oh my. Cause you know we're so crafty, flying in a ship that both was sent straight to the scrap heap. We got no leaders, set directions that we flip, and our guns are loaded so we're shooting from the hip. This crew of bandits in this here rap game, and you know we only answer to our captain's first name. It's the M to the A to the L, that's our captain in this journey on this vessel that we dwell. The brown coats are here just to let a rebel yell, and in this fight, independence will prevail. M to the A to the L, that's our captain in this journey on this vessel that we dwell. The brown coats are here just to let a rebel yell, and in this fight, independence will prevail. And he fought in the Battle of Duquesne, controlling a whole platoon of men, and the stories that they spend, and kept warm in the winter nights of New Kashmir. Stocked the ground in the Battle of Sturgis with no fear. He was there in Serenity Valley, where he shot down a ship with a single gun. He battled so valiantly, now on the run from Nishka because a couple of credits never turned up. A job that went south, he felt like stealing from those in need was worse than stealing just so he could feed his belly. There's honor amongst thieves. Captain Mal is what they're calling him, and that's the stories that they tell me if you're believing in all of them. To me he seems a little standoffish, rude, a bad attitude, only talks with his crew on this ferry from Persephone. Serenity is taking us. This is the leader of the story, and his name is just M to the A to the L. That's our captain in this journey on this vessel that we dwell. The brown coats are here just to let a rebel yell, and in this fight, independence will prevail. M to the A to the L, that's our captain in this journey on this vessel that we dwell. The brown coats are here just to let a rebel yell, and in this fight, independence will prevail.
Thank you. Oh, Jane was a woman with like a beard on. Very strange. And she basically did a love lap dance to Vera, his gun. It was very weird.
Did he have a hat?
He did did have a hat. Had a hat, had a beard, and it was pretty awesome. I'm trying to think of more stuff that happened. The woman who played River was actually she was a trained ballerina, so she could do the points and stuff whilst other things happened. It was crazy, y'all. It was crazy. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna just do one more song, and then you can come up, say hi, do all that stuff. I don't want to get in the way of everybody going home to watch Breaking Bad. Look, I get it, all right? I know we have DVRs, but then you're gonna go on Twitter and people are gonna be like, oh my god, can you believe that Walt is a Cylon? And you're like, no!
You got all fat?
And yeah, he's a Cylon and he wears a fat suit. And yeah, so thank you so much for coming out and seeing me. Thank you so much to the comic book shop. Guys, give them a hand. So I've been doing music full-time for about 3 years. I left a job before that was full-time to do music, and it's worked out really well. And this whole time it's kind of been like a lot of pop culture stuff, and I think there's a lot of people online who know me as that Game of Thrones guy, that dude who made that song about Hodor, that dude who made a song about Firefly, and it's like, that's cool, because I actually like being known as that too. But I really like it when people can come to a show like this, and I don't have to be like, hey, yo, pump your fist, hands in the air, mutants forever, like that, and I can do more serious stuff, because that's kind of like, and like the stuff that I'm doing with universities, younger people, I'm hoping that when this next album comes out, I can do some stuff with an anti-bullying organization and all kinds of stuff like that. Because like the geek and nerd community and the whole ethos of it should be used for positivity. Because for a really long time, it was used for intense negativity. And from that negative black coal hearts, we made diamonds. Sure. I just made that up. And it makes total sense in my mind, and I'll work on it. And the next show is going to make sense. But and one of the things that like I like to try to tell people is that like no matter how old you are or how young you are, I was almost 30 and I was making music in my bedroom and was also working, and like I just made music because it was fun to post it up online, and now I get to do this full time. And like it's kind of like that mentality of geeks where they want to collect everything and they want to see all the movies and see all the episodes and binge watch everything. And it's like, you can apply that to like other stuff in life and like kind of have this more rich, fulfilled life while also still holding on to geekiness. Like, there's no difference in trying to go out there and experience things while at the same time wanting to stay at home and watch all of Orange is the New Black in one evening, right? I think both things are completely, totally valuable and meaningful. And I don't think anybody else should tell you what is meaningful. You should decide that for yourself. And if it involves like reading a lot of comics, that's totally fine, because like that is a large portion of my life too. So I wrote a song kind of about that. This might be my last song. It's called Everything, and I hope you guys like it, because it's like definitely something that kind of represents what I was trying to just talk about, the black coal heart diamond things. Yeah, totally makes sense, guys.
You know I wanna see it all before my time to go. And man, I know that's impossible. All I can do is try, why I gotta see everything. They say coming soon, can't come soon enough, because I'm in my room. Man, look at all this stuff, the books that kept me company when times were rough. So I guess it's alright, I'll find a way in a couple of months. Time it creeps by, steals your lifeline, so I try to live my life like through the limit. In the meantime, I might watch a movie or a television show, maybe write a song, cause free time I can feel it. Not everything has gotta be the best, as long as it tickles the thing in your chest. And man, I'm sick and tired of all the rest that try to tell me, Adam, you can't take it all in, and so I contest. Man, I know my life's precious, so I'ma take a second to soak it all in, because there's so much to see, there's so much to see. So why not get started with me right this second? Yeah, every issue, every episode, you know I wanna see it all before my time to go. And man, I know that's impossible. All I can do is try, why I gotta see everything. Everything, everything. It's why I gotta try everything. Everything, everything. It's why I gotta see the snows of Kilimanjaro in the distance. Rapture in front of me in an instant. I watch it, streaming directly. It teaches me about the way we connect. Talk to my friends over that Xbox Live, like that time when I was slow and Mikey, he stayed online every night. NBA 2K, it saved my life. He told me keep doing what you're doing, so I packed up my office and started rapping. I made it happen. Every comic that I read, every game that I played, every book that I paged through late nights on the plane when I was bleeding money out of my pockets. I could rock it on a stage where no one knew who I was. I didn't profit. That was back then, and this is right now. And this is how my career came about, because I couldn't go without completing my collection. And I'm gonna see everything. that's the crowd there. You feel that beat, that's my heart there. Maybe the thing that you're feeling, that's the start there. I promise you that it's worth it, don't be nervous, cause there's so much to take in that great big world. And there's so much to feel, but the pain it hurts, and the joy that comes when you give it all you got. It's the feeling that I hope it never stops, man. I wanna see everything, everything, everything. It's why I gotta try everything, everything, everything. It's why I gotta see every issue, every episode. You know I wanna see it all before my time to go. And man, I know that's impossible. All I can do is try, why I gotta see everything. Thank you so much, guys. That's connected to this, so I should do this. Before I stop, I want to say something really quickly. The reason I do comic book shows, shut up, stop. The reason I do comic book store shows is because, look, I know that digital comics is all the rage, and iPads and tablets and Comixology and everything, because I used it too. But I get to do shows at stores that are cool, because basically, when I go to a store owner and I say, hey, do you want to let me do a rap show in your store? And if they're not cool, they're going to go, no, get out. And if they're like, yeah, I'm all about that, they're like, that is a store that cares about their customers and cares about the community they're in, cares about the business that they run. And like, I like bringing people through the store, because I really love stores. I hang out at the store back home, which is Comics Collectibles in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, all right? I go in there like literally every time I drive by it just to like talk to the people that work there. And I think it's like really important, because I was saying this earlier, that there are a lot of stores these days where they've become places that, I know a lot of stores around the country where kids come in after school and get to do their homework and do art. I know a lot of places that are fighting really hard to make it comfortable for younger girls to come in and not get harassed, like you hear so many stories about. I know a lot of stores lately that have become LGBT safe zones, and that is awesome. Like, I never in a million years would have thought that comic stores would have been like so positive, because back when I went to comic stores when I was little, it was a dungeon, and it was terrifying. And the guy stood behind the counter with really long hair, and he was all goth, and he wore a Batman shirt like that every single day of his life, and he never looked you in the eye or spoke to you, other than muttering the price of what you had to buy from him. So, the reason I'm saying all that is because please support this store, because they've been so enthusiastic about it and awesome about it, and it's an awesome store. I want to keep looking around at stuff. In fact, I haven't been looking at any of you while I perform. I've been like, Raven, Thor statue, Ice Man statue, look at that thing over there. I don't even know what that castle thing is that I'm pointing at. It's really weird and creepy. Because that kid looks like a monster. So please, like, feel free to buy stuff from them, give them your money, and tell people to come here, because they are so awesome, and give the comic book shop one last round of applause. So. Alright, if you want to say hi, I'll be over here. I'll put some music on, and thank you so much, guys.
Buy some from him too. He's driving a long way to come do this for us.
This thing means the real time. So, the Incredible Hulk on the Hawkguy song. So I found it was played. Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Thank you all for coming.